Well, hello, Lapidary lovers, rockhounds, rock tumbling fanatics. If anything like me, you're a rock tumbling fanatic. So let's see what's going on in my tumblers today. Well, today we need to have a look inside this one here, over here on the end, this big 6-pound tumbler over here. This has been in pre-polish for, I don't know, 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks now. And I suspect a lot of the rocks in there, if not all of them, are probably ready to go on to polish. So let me get this off. I will dump it out, rinse the rocks off, and we'll check them out under the lights at the bench and see if they are really ready to go on to polish. I hope they are, because I need a tumbler that I can polish stuff in, because all these other barrels have rougher grits in them, and I need to polish some stuff. So hopefully we can get this barrel here cleaned out and get the rocks in it polishing, and maybe throw a few other things in too that need polishing. Okay, so let me get to cleaning this stuff up and we'll have a look at it. All right, I got them all cleaned up. I'm keeping them wet. If they are ready to go into polish, I don't want them to dry out and dry on the pre-polish. Let's see. That is some really nice petrified wood. It's probably not showing up, but it's got blue, purple, red in it. Very nice. This is a big chunk of Jasper I found rockhounding in Arizona last autumn, yeah. And that is amazing. It's really, really smooth. That's nice. Banded iron. Yeah, I found this in Wyoming in the autumn. It's starting to dry out here. Now that is a nice piece of banded iron. It was pretty well river tumbled and smooth when I found it, so it went through the rougher stages of grit really quick. That's going to polish up really nice. Here's another piece of banded iron. Got some amazing colors on it, which again are probably not showing up all that well. Here's some chert, some banded chert I found in Arizona. And speaking of chert, this stuff right here, I thought it was colorful Jasper at first, because it has all these reds, greens, yellows on the outside, but once I cut into it, it's like, oh, I think that's just chert. But the outside of it's really pretty. So I've got some pieces of the outside rind here, including a really thin section here. I'm experimenting with tumbling thin slabs and seeing how they're turning out. And so far, for the most part, it works pretty well. That is a big piece of Arizona rainbow petrified wood. It had a lot of fissures in it. And I cut in it to get into areas where it didn't have any fissures. And I was thinking about, making some cabs out of it, because the colors are amazing in there. And I thought, you know what? Let me just throw this whole piece in the tumbler and see how it looks. I mean, if this comes out an amazing tumble piece, that's great. I could always cut slabs off of it and make cabs later if I change my mind. So, we'll see. So, here's a couple of Four Peaks. There's another one. Four Peaks Amethyst, my friend Jim out in Arizona sent me. Thank you, Jim. These are coming out nice. They're very rough and angular. They were in rough for a long time. They got a lot smaller. I finally decided, you know what? I'm never going to get rid of all these holes, fissures, and cracks. So I'm just calling it and moving them on ahead. So they're getting very smooth in places, but they're going to be rough in other places. There's just nothing you can do about that. I could tumble them till they disappear. Some more Arizona rainbow petrified wood. Another big chunk. I decided to just tumble it and see how it turned out. That's looking really nice. Got some great colors to it. This is that? Let me look at that. Yeah, this is banded iron from Wyoming again. This piece here has got a lot of hematite in it. So it's mostly black, but it's got a lot of veins of other stuff in it too. Makes it pretty. So here's another piece of banded iron. Again, a thin slab. Tumbled up nice. And we got some more banded iron, some more of that chert, some more Four Peaks Amethyst, a Lots of pieces of petrified wood. Oh, here we go. Jim, if you're watching this video, this will interest you, I'm sure. Here's another piece of that red jasper you sent me. It's got a vein of quartz running through it. Again, this is something that needed to be in rough for a long time to get it even this smooth. And still, it's pretty rough. It'll polish up in places. I've got some of this stuff all the way through to polish. But it's always going to have pits, fissures, and veins of other stuff in it. There's just no, I could tumble it until it totally disappears in rough and never get rid of that. So, at some point you just got to call it and move them on ahead. So, not sure what that is. Kind of got some bands of butterscotch in it, some bands of orange, and lots of white spots. It's an interesting rock, so tumbled it. Oh, you know what that is? I know what that is. That is that Australian jasper. What's the name of that? Yeah, I had to think for a second. That's Pengalling jasper. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Any Aussies in the audience, let me know. So that's a little sliver of it I threw into tumble. I have some bigger pieces tumbling. And I also have some really cool slabs I cut off of this that I think are going to become cabs. Because this is, the pattern on this stuff is amazing. So, yeah, just lots more petrified wood. A lot of petrified wood down here. Some of it with really cool colors. What is that? That is petrified wood again. All right. So let me, I think this stuff is ready to move on. These are all really, really smooth, or at least as smooth as they're going to get. So let me get the ultrasonic cleaner out. We'll give them a clean. I always like to clean them between grits. This piece of petrified wood has amazing, like, multicolored moss in it. That's just, I'm sure it's not showing up worth a darn on my camera, but it is amazing in the colors. Crazy. So let me get these in the ultrasonic cleaner, and we'll get them cleaned up. And then, I'll clean up the drum really well, and we'll put this stuff in polish and see how it looks after a couple of weeks in polish. I'll bet it will be stunning. All right, let me get to work. Well, this is a pretty big load for my ultrasonic here. I'm going to let this run for 35, 40 minutes. I don't even have any soap in here yet. And the water's already starting to get cloudy, so it's cleaning stuff off. So we'll put a little bit of soap in there, a little bit of Dawn. Agitate it a bit. And we'll just let this go, and we'll clean any of the rougher grit out of any of the nooks and crannies and cracks on this stuff. And some of it does have nooks and crannies and cracks. Talked about that. The color on that piece is just amazing. I don't know if it's showing up. So, got some big pieces in there, some little pieces. There's a lot of little pieces left over here, but I think I'm gonna, a lot of it's pretty plain. They're pretty small. I'll just leave that in there as tumbling media for the next batch. This petrified wood is basically agate, and little bits of agate definitely work great as tumbling media. So I'll just, leave this stuff behind, I think. Use it next time as tumbling media. Although there's a little piece of the Four Peaks amethyst. I must have broke off one of the others. I'll move that along. But I think the rest of this stuff will just become tumbling media. Okay, so we'll let this stuff go for a little over the next half hour. And then I will go clean that drum out really, really well. And we'll get this stuff back in the drum with some polish. And get it on the tumbler polishing. So I think a lot of this stuff's going to look really great polished. Okay, let me get to work. Sorry, the lighting's a little harsh out here. Let's see, we are in polish, and today is February 6th. All right, so let me get this up here. Get it spinning, and we'll check on it in 2 weeks, 10 days, something like that. See how it's going. I'm thinking closer to 2 weeks. Um, and hopefully they will be done and they will be stunning. And maybe we'll have another episode then and see what's inside my tumbler when it's time to look inside that one and see if they're done. All right. Well, I hope you folks enjoyed this episode of What's Inside My Tumbler today. If so, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to see future episodes. There's going to be all kinds more rock tumbling episodes, rock hounding, rock cutting, you name it. It's going to happen. So subscribe to see those, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching this one. Bye.